Hey guys, Jess here from Knockout Print Shop, and today I have for you my planner prep for 2020. So this is going to be using my 2020 Inkwell Press disc planner classic layout, and I'm just going to show you how I am preparing this planner as I go into the new year with some basic things. A few things before we get started. Like I said, these are classic inserts. These discs are not Inkwell Press. These are my discs I think I got from Staples. This is the color block cover from Inkwell Press. I will be switching out to my brown vegan leather, but that is housing my 2019 inserts right now. And then these inserts you see here are our original like prototype inserts dividers before we release them. So these are a little janky. So if you buy inserts from us, they do not look as janky as these ones. They're kind of like clear, they're not frosted, and some are missing stickers on them. So, and I'm missing January. So these are kind of a hot mess. Don't look at this. This is not part of this video. It has nothing to do with this. Okay, so I want to get the kind of aesthetic details out of the way. So again, Inkwell Press 2020 disc planner classic inserts. So the way I did this is I have this little sheet here. I kind of brain dumped what I needed to plan ahead of time for a year. Now, I think most people, when you get your planner ready for the new year, you don't need to go to crazy lengths to know every single thing that's happening throughout the whole entire upcoming year. I think most of us can benefit from getting some major things down that helps us orient different things that we need to remember, whether it's birthdays, anniversaries, financial things, just major things that we don't want to forget that we know for certain right now. If you're somebody that kind of has everything, you know, all the schedules, all the things, you know, all the things that are happening for 2020, personally and professionally, your list is probably going to be a lot more detailed than mine. But my whole point of doing this was, again, just to get the major things down. This video will have nothing to do with goal setting. So this is, again, just practical logistic stuff. So when I went through this, I wanted to get down some major things that are occurring. I'm going to later go back and do my reflection for 2019 and then go into goal setting for 2020. So again, this is not related to goals at all. I think this kind of system process is great for everybody to just get down the essentials, and then maybe quarterly and for sure monthly, you're going in and plugging in more specifics, any changes, new things that are coming up, new deadlines, all of that. I think start big with the big picture, get all the major stuff down, and then go into the more detailed stuff in a monthly planner prep. So this is my handwritten brain dump checklist thing for myself, and we're going to use this as our guideline. Okay, so the first thing we're starting with for me is financial. That's just how my brain works. I like to get financial things down first. So the first thing I went through is I wrote down irregular bills. So this is going to be any bill that happens like biannually, quarterly, annually, that is not something that's in my usual monthly bills due. So that's the first thing I went through and did. So basically I wrote down the irregular bills I could think of. I actually went into YNAB and looked at my long-term expenses to see there and kind of like my sinking funds and see what things I was, planning for financially, and then just wrote down the dates those things are due. So for me, it's car insurance. It's paid twice a year. Renter's insurance is paid once a year. Our annual car tags or, license plate, whatever you call it, and then our quarterly taxes. And I just wrote the dates in. So this was kind of the initial step, was getting it here, and then I transferred it into my planner. So let me show you what that looks like. So I used which I don't have on me, but these, yes I do. What am I talking about? It is these. No, that's not what I used. Oh my Lord. Okay, I used these guys. So our little bill due flag. So let's go into the first one. So this says ideas, but it should say January because I lost that sticker. Okay, so what I did here is I took the bill due flag and I put it on the date. So our Q4 2019 taxes are due January 15th. And then I just put over here what this was referred to. So the bill due flag has to do with fourth quarter taxes for 2019. Then I went ahead and did that for April, which in April is going to be on April 15th, Q1 for 2020, as well as 2019's annual taxes. Then I went into, what do we got? June, I think is the next one. Yeah. So June, little flag here for the Q2 taxes for 2020. And then I have another one here for car tags and one down here for renter's insurance. So instead of what I usually do is write things on here, it sometimes gets a little bit too cluttered. So that's why I went this year with the little flags, put those down, and then just have this kind of reference over here. So that's what I did for that. And then just to show you really quick, here it is for September. Where is it? Right here. Put that over there. And then I think that's it for those. So that's all my irregular bills due, again, using these little bill due flags. You could use these and write down the bill that's due. You could use our little bill due corners and do the similar thing here with having the actual bill written out on the side. You could use our sidebar bill due. I just like to see it visually on the date that it's due, and that just will tell my brain, okay, that's that. And I kind of know what the bill is, but I wanted to make sure to write it over here. So that's the first thing I did. And then obviously the other thing I have on my list here is tax day, which is the same kind of situation as the bill due. So those happen the same day. So quarter one from 2020 is due the same day that annuals are due for the current year or the past year. Okay, so the other thing I thought that might be important to note as you prep your planner for the next year is if you are somebody that has investments, that you're not doing investments that are automatically rebalanced for you, then you may want to write down or use some kind of label or maybe a $ flag in your month, one of your month's views to write when you rebalance your investments. So maybe you do that annually, biannually, quarterly. I didn't put that sticker down yet because this is my first year investing and I'm not sure what that's going to look like for me in 2020. But most likely I will be looking at my investments either in December or in January of December 2019 or January 2020 to rebalance and make sure everything is where I want it to be. So that's going to be specific to if that's where you are in your financial life, if you have investments and you need to check on them to rebalance them. The other thing I think is important to note as you go into the new year is at least get an initial idea of what your savings deposit goals are. Whether you're saving for investments, you're saving for emergency fund, sinking funds, a specific event or vacation or a thing. Having those goals mapped out. I personally am now using YNAB, so that's where all of those kind of things go from a actual financing type of, or financial planning type of thing. But right now, our savings is basically going towards saving for the house. So our goal will be to put aside whatever percent or whatever amount every month. I did not put a sticker down here yet because I haven't mapped this out, but I think what a great thing to do would be to whatever your savings interval is, whether it's per paycheck, per month, to use, maybe even make it a bill, like put a bill due flag down wherever, or maybe you want to use our little piggy bank sticker and put that down with the amount, however you want to remind yourself to make a savings deposit. So that's going to be unique to everybody. And again, I don't have that part mapped out yet for us. It is only the beginning of December and I still need to think through some of my financial goals for the new year. But that just gives you an idea if you are in that headspace. Okay, so the next thing I think is pretty obvious is important dates. Birthdays, anniversaries, and holidays. So what I did there is pretty simple. This whole process is pretty simple. This is just to give you guys an idea of some things you can do. So I love our holiday labels. So I went in every holiday and put in one of our label stickers. That way it pops out a little bit more and I can see it. So that is a great thing to use for those of you that like to add a little bit more than the kind of faint written in holiday that a planner comes with. So there's that. So that's how I did all the holidays. Then for birthdays, what I did, let me get to, what's a busy month for us, September. Okay, so September is full of birthdays for us. So what I did was I took all my family members, wrote them down here with their birthday, and then next to it wrote down the color palette that they are in the Inkwell Press planner, so that helped me pull the stickers I needed. But basically I used our birthday labels here. Now, if this is not enough for you, obviously we sell them in the big sheet, so like this, but with the birthday icon. So what I did basically was go in and put down everybody's birthday. My sister's 34th, my 40th, my dad's 62nd, and went through each month and put in people's birthdays. This is not something I've done in the past. I haven't paid as much attention to this, but since I'm going to be using my Inkwell Press and my regular weekly planner for personal and work, but not content, now I'm going to have more room on my monthly, so I thought, why not put birthdays down? It is nice to see that and remind yourself to reach out to your loved ones and your family and friends. So I did that. The other thing I got down was anniversaries. So I used our little anniversary sticker, which we don't sell as a full sheet, guys, but we do have 2 of them here on the holiday one. And I use that for our business anniversary. So if you have any anniversary, business anniversary, wedding anniversary, parents' wedding anniversary, maybe it's the anniversary of you stopping smoking or achieving something, any kind of anniversary, it's kind of cool to see that in your planner. So we have obviously our business anniversary, Knockout Print Shop turns 5 in September, and then the only other anniversary I have down here is Matt and I's 4-year wedding anniversary. I could go in and put down our engagement anniversary and our dating anniversary and all that, but we're not super into those dates, so I just put that down so we don't forget, because sometimes we don't even remember our anniversaries coming up. Actually, today could be our dating anniversary. I think it is. Look at that. See how, maybe I should put that in my planner. So anniversaries are good, holidays and birthdays. So if you're somebody that likes to keep track of that stuff, I think planning ahead of time in your planner with that topic or that category is a nice thing to do, to have those things put in there. And then it'll remind you then, you know, if you see your mom's birthday coming up, okay, that'll be a reminder to buy a present, send a card, things like that. So sometimes having that in your monthly view ahead of time is a good thing to do. Next thing is to get in any events you know ahead of time. Maybe you have workshops for school or for work, or conferences, or you're a parent and you have parent-teacher conferences, or you have some kind of class you want to go to, any kind of event. So for us, like, we don't go to a lot of conferences, or any actually. I used to when I was in fitness. I would go to more conferences and things. In the planner community, I don't really do that. Probably should. But I kind of like to make note of things that are interesting to me that I might want to partake in. So there is a Foodscaping 101, so kind of a permaculture class going on here in Nashville, February 8th through the 9th. So I just took a little sticky flag note thing and put that down here. I'm not going to put it in my planner because I haven't enrolled in it. I'm not sure if for sure I'm going to do that. But that's a good idea, to use these little sticky notes to just put down things that potentially are going to happen, or you know they're going to happen, but you're not ready to commit to like washi tape, highlighting, stickers yet. You just want to map it out with something you could take on and off depending on dates change, things change. So I think getting down any major events that you know that are happening is key. You obviously don't have to do this for the whole year. Maybe you just do it for Q1 right now and get down anything that you know you need to remember is going to happen, or you potentially want to do, so you don't forget. Because I'm super good at saving things in my Instagram or saving things all over the place and forgetting, and I'm like, oh, that event I wanted to go to is gone, done. So sticky notes, good thing to plan ahead with. So the next thing is travel. Matt and I do not also do a lot of travel, but I wanted to make sure I put that down because I know a lot of people do travel a lot, whether it's for work or personal or vacations. But getting an idea ahead of time of when you might travel. Maybe you have to travel for a holiday. So as you're putting down, I don't know, let's go to November. Our Thanksgiving is this day. Maybe you also want to put down some dividable washi here to go, okay, well, I'm going to be traveling to Chicago for Thanksgiving. Things like that. So I think getting down traveling, maybe we're going to take a vacation in July, let's say, for whatever, and then you could use sticky notes or washi, or our labels like this, or our dividable washi, and put those in to mark off your travel. Maybe your spouse travels and you want to get their Q1 traveling down, so that helps you plan the rest of the things going on in your life. So definitely getting at least maybe Q1's travel tentatively put into your month view is super helpful. If you have kids, Matt and I don't have kids, but if you have kids, taking a look at your kids' school schedule that they've put out and marking off. No school days, we have no school stickers you could definitely put down. Any breaks they have, holiday breaks, winter breaks. We do have that dividable washi that's for school that you can mark off your spring break with. Maybe you want to put down when conferences are, the kids' sports thing, getting as much down that you can in your month views to give you a big picture as you start planning ahead your regular day-to-day. And then obviously putting down things like just your basic appointments and things that you might know for January, maybe into February or March, just getting down a few things. So I put down a haircut that I have scheduled for January, and my lovely colonoscopy I have coming up in January. So I think getting down any appointments that you already know into your month view is key. If you're not somebody that likes to put appointments in your month view, I think another great thing to do is take your sticky notes, write down the appointment, and stick it into your week view. That way you know, and when you're ready to do your planner spread for that week, you can take this off. And last thing I put on here was personal stuff. So for me, which I didn't grab stupidly before I did this video, but I like to put down my little contact lens icon every other week, a couple months ahead of time, so I remember when to change my contacts. Because if you're a contact wearer, you know it's easy to like forget to change them until you realize your eyes hurt. So I like to put those in my month view. There's a few other things that I need to at least tentatively put down, like I need to put down my eye doctor appointment at least in my month view with sticky notes, things that you know the rough month of when they're supposed to happen. So that way when it gets to be closer to that time, you can take off the sticky note, put down a sticker, or write on your planner and kind of confirm that. So sticky notes, I think, are your best friend. Labels, like bill-due flags, holiday stickers, these three guys, in whatever variety you like them, I think are essential to getting started with prepping your planner for the new year. Obviously, again, everybody's going to be different in how they set this up, but I think just keep it simple, focus on things that you need to not forget, that you can get down with a simple sticker or sticky note or washi tape or something like that. If you just like to take a pen to your planner, if you know the date, you know the thing that's going on, just take pen to paper and you're good. Don't mind my screwed up planner page here. I ripped off a sticker too aggressively. So that is how I prep my planner for the new year. I don't go crazy and try to do anything fancy. I just like to have the basics down. As far as the layout from like the construction and how I do my planner, as of right now, I will be switching, like I said, into my brown vegan leather cover, not this one, and use my Inkwell Press discs, not these discs. These are a little too shiny for me. And I will use our regular dividers, not our testing ones. And I will most likely be keeping all 12 months in here. So you'll have my month view and my weekly view in there. Now, last year I talked about potentially, I bought the monthlies as well. And so potentially just using monthlies and using our daily docket. So I may do that. And if I do that, I may put all the monthlies into like a month section. So I have a month section of my planner and then have a weekly. I haven't thought that through yet. This is literally just getting down the basics of your planner and your monthly calendar for the year. So from here, things may evolve for me, and as they do, I will show you. I will also be using my Makse Life Planner in tandem with this, and I'm going to do a video explaining why I'm doing that. But before I make this video way too freaking long, especially for how simple it is, moral of the story is keep it simple, get down important things that you already know, sticky note in some things that you have tentatively going on, and just that's it. Keep it simple. Buy the simple stickers that you need. And then I think in another video, not only will I go over why I'm going to use two planners, but I'm also going to talk about using, just doing my year-end reflection. So if you're interested in doing a year-end reflection, we do have this sheet that is included in our quarterly reflection now. So if you buy that little insert kit, you'll get all of the yearly plus each quarter. But I'm going to go through the whole goal setting process. So I'm going to do the goal setting process in Inkwell, and I'm going to do it in Makse Life. So that aspect of getting my planner prepped is going to be in another video. So I do want to focus on goals, just separate from this. All right, guys, so that's it. Let me know how you prep your planner. Let me know if this is helpful. Again, this is super basic, again, and probably too long of a video to go over something so simple, but I wanted to just give you an idea of basics to get you started, especially if you're new to the planner world. All right, that is all. Share comments and ideas below, and I'll see you in the next one.